Welcome to this presentation on how to use the inventory module. The inventory module of the system is linked between the sales module, the purchase module, and the manufacturing module. So as you can see on my dashboard, when you just click on inventory and an overview, you're able to see the receipts, what I'm receiving. It can be from mostly a purchase order or an internal transfer. You can see internal transfer if you have several stock locations. You can see delivery orders which need to be delivered out from the sales module. And also you'll see manufacturing orders. And this manufacturing, the system just knows what is pending to be manufactured and now what we expect at the end of the manufacturing process. So at this point on the dashboard, you're able to see also orders that are late, orders that have back orders, and the orders that need to be processed. So for example, if I create a sale order, go maybe in the sales department, someone is creating a sale order. I create a test customer, I add a product, 1 liter of water, and I add maybe I need 2 pieces. I save it and close. I save and confirm. So what the system does on that specific sale order, it creates a delivery. And this delivery expects 2 processes. It expects a manufacturing order to have been made earlier on, so therefore there is stock, or it will automatically prompt you to do manufacturing if there is no stock. Now at that point, if you go back to our inventory module, you are able to see on the receipts, we already have something to be processed. So you see what is to be processed. You also now see what is to be delivered. So if I click on the delivery items here, I'm able now to see that there is 1 liter of water of these quantities that need to be delivered. Now, this one has an active filter of ready. So it will just show you the delivery orders that are ready. In a case like ours, where we have just created a sale order and confirmed, we have not checked if it is ready, then if I remove that filter here, I am now able to see the latest order that I have created that is requiring 2 items that I had set for my sales order. And now on this delivery, I'll be able to see it is waiting availability. That means that at this point, we don't have stock in our inventory, and therefore it is waiting for the availability of this stock. And the waiting for availability, 2 things can happen. We can either update our stock using inventory adjustment, or we can just process our current stock. Okay, so that is one metrics that the user is able to see under the dashboard. The other metrics is when we were doing the purchase orders and we created a purchase and we did maybe we are purchasing from the maybe test vendor and we are purchasing preform, for example, of 14 grams and maybe 10 pieces and save. So for the purchasing, what the system does, it expects an incoming stock and it shows you as a receipt. So if I go to the inventory here, I'm able to see now there are 3 receipts to process. Once I click on them, I can be able to receive my items into my inventory, and you'll be able to see also it is here. It is the latest, and now 10 preforms are here. Now, once we have operations on the dashboard, we also now have the actual stock quantities. Now, how do we now see the stock that we have at the moment? We have several options. The first option is on the reporting. So we can run an inventory report of our current inventory, or we can run one for a specific date. Maybe you want to see what was my stock on last Friday. you are able to run the report, and it will show you clearly the details. So it will show you preform, I had this much, this was the much that was reserved, and this is what is on quantity. Now we have two quantities here. Reserved means it is awaiting to be used in a specific process. It might be in a delivery, it might be in a manufacturing order, or a purchase order. On hand, it actually means what we actually see or physically can count in our stock. So the report gives you a clear view of how your stock is exactly. Apart from that, we have inventory valuation. Now this one adds the cost aspect towards our inventory. So we have, say, 18 quantities of 1 liter water. What is the actual value? And this one picks the details from the cost field of the item. So if I have 18, then I multiply by the unit price, and then I get the value at the end of it. So we have stock moves. This is just all transactions that have been done, and they are specifically for the different locations. So if I want to see what has been running under my production, I'll be able to see I did a production of this reference. These are the quantities that I produced. I ran another one of 200, and those were the quantities that were produced. So that one is specifically for the details that have been moving, the details of stock moves in the system. Then finally, we have the product moves. Now these product moves are actually the same as the stock moves, but now filtered and grouped by the product. So it's actually just a history based on the products. The first one was a history based on the location. Now that we have seen how we can look at our stock, we have also seen, and also by the way, on the stock, since I showed you the stock moves, you are able now to see on the different locations, what has gone out, what is being produced, what is in our stock, what was adjusted maybe for other specific reasons. Now, apart from the reporting, so we have seen the dashboard, all orders that are coming in or coming out, things that are happening. We have looked at the reporting and looked at what we have in our different locations. Now we shall look at operations. What operations can be done? Now, all those items that we were ordering, maybe through sales or purchase or manufacturing order, we can be able to have a grouped menu, a menu that shows actually the grouped versions of all those transactions. So if someone is dedicated to the inventory module only, then the user can just come to transfers and be able to see what has been happening or all the orders that need to be looked at based on their status. You can see the cancelled ones, we can see the ones that are already done, and we can still group them and say, filter them, sorry, and say, I just want to see the ready ones, I just want to see the late orders, so which was there. I also want to see the back orders, and so on. And also we can look at the future activities and late activities related to the specific orders. We have looked at our stock, but in a case where our stock is not correct, then we can still do a stock adjustment. This is a case where you do a physical count and you realize that your real count is not actually the same as your theoretical count. Now, in that case, we can do an inventory adjustment whereby we say maybe test adjustment. And this test adjustment can be done even periodically, like even after every month when we run our stock and we realize there is discrepancy, we can still adjust our stock here. Do we want to adjust for specific product or all products, or a product category or a pack? So we'll say, for example, we want to run for one product only and maybe bottle caps. So we did a physical count and realized the bottle caps are actually more than 700. There may be 1,000. So we shall do a real count and say how many they are. Theoretical quantity is actually the quantity that the system has auto-calculated based on the transactions. So if the system says maybe we have 769, it means those are the calculated figures of the stock that we expect physically. But in some cases, you'll find the physical stock is varying from the calculated stock in the system. So here you adjust your stock, you validate it. And once validated, if you go to bottle caps and I look at my stock of the bottle caps, I'll realize that on hand I have 1,000 units and it shows previously what I had. So it keeps track on that. We have the scrap mode feature, whereby now all the spoiled stock can be scrapped and we remove them from our system. Run schedulers are used specifically for running automated operations, things like reorder level, things like cycle counts, and so on. And then we have the master data. This one is just simply direct or the list of our inventory, what is in our stock, and a brief description of their quantities and all that. Picking the transport entries. This one is from the operation transfers that we have had. So if we created a sell order, and on that sell order, we had a delivery. That delivery can be assigned a transporter, a driver, and once everything has been placed, you can put it in packs. So in a case whereby, for example, this delivery was maybe 24 pieces and they cannot go in one pack, we need to split them in 2 packs, which is 12 and 12. So we just write 12 here, we come here, we put in pack, and the packs will be seen here under the inventory, master data, and we shall see the packages there. And then the final part of the inventory will be the settings. And in the settings, we have several different settings for the specific items. Well, they are default settings, but if you want to change, then you can just change. And if you look at maybe the locations, if you want to add a location, if you want to add a warehouse and all that, you can be able to add it there. So basically that is how the inventory works, and see you in the next video.